Perfect love casts out fear. Perfect love casts out fear. Perfect love casts out all fear. If we have the ability to love, and we have the ability to see, if we have the ability to feel and hear and taste and touch, why do we choose fear? Why have for centuries and centuries and centuries and centuries and centuries, why has our species chosen fear? Why has our species chosen death? I see the virus, and I see the masks that we're wearing. I see the fear. I smell it. I feel it. There's so much fear on this planet that of course we manifested this virus, that of course we find something, another thing that is here to kill us. If it's not war, if it's not famine, it's illness. Our psyches and our consciousness is bringing this forth because the personal freedoms that we once had are being infringed upon. And because of that, there is a pushing of our consciousness for us as a collective to wake up and see that what we are manifesting is not what we are capable of. And the restrictions, the control and the restrictions that are being placed upon us have nothing to do with love and everything to do with fear. Fear of losing control and wanting to place all these control factors on us to somehow stop death. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Our cells, our DNA is literally programmed for love. Like our whole bodies are made for love. And love casts out fear. And having fear weakens your immunity more than anything else in this whole entire world. Fear kills you. Fear, even if you are alive, makes you live a life that is half empty because you go around fearing something. I'm not saying that the virus isn't real. For sure it is. What I'm saying is that the realness of what is happening is more about our lack of love and our obsession, not even obsession, but our disposition towards fear. This isn't just part of this lifetime. This has been lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Right now, the fact that most of the collective is wearing a mask is symbolic of the fact that lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, we have all worn masks. We have all worn a face, a role. We have played a role in order to survive, a role in order to just get through the day. How many of you wake up in the morning and just cannot wait to go to work? Cannot wait to meet your day. You love the people you see. You can't, that is your life. There's not many of us. I know I was one of those people surviving in order to survive. Every single day was surviving in order to just survive. And I came to the end of myself, and I know that many of you have as well, where it's like, I don't want to be on this planet anymore because I know that there's more. And being extrasensory and knowing now that I am a leader of light and love, and I'm not seated from this planet. I've come here to help bring Christ consciousness back, to bring love back to this planet. So what I'm saying is true, but we've forgotten. But the fact is, just because we forgot something doesn't mean that it's not there. And when we push past the fear, and we get into our heart space, we can have compassion for ourselves and for the rest of the world, because you are me and I am you, and in no way, shape, or form can we push another away and feel good about that, no matter what they've done. I'm not saying that what has happened to you or what has happened to me is any way okay. What I'm saying is that if we don't allow ourselves to look at it from each point of view, if we sit here and throw Jesus said, ye without sin throw the first stone. There was a woman who was found laying with a married man, and a crowd took her out into the middle of the street, and they asked Jesus, let's throw stones at her. She disobeyed this. And aside from the fact that we're not going to even talk about the married man, she's going to be the, just think about that. He wasn't going to be punished, but she was going to be punished. Jesus was like, no. Ye without sin throw the first stone. And the fact of the matter is, none of us, except for children, because children are pure innocence. They come in pure and innocent, and then they get programmed into this. Ye without sin throw the first stone. And no one could do it. And he went up to the woman and he said, you're forgiven. Go and sin no more. And what he means by that is, he's not saying that we're not gonna make mistakes. He's saying recognize that yes, what I've done isn't right, and that I am actually love, and I don't need to degrade myself in a way like sleeping with a married man in order to survive. I'm guessing that's what she was doing. She was probably a prostitute, and she was doing that to survive. We can sit here and judge each other, we can sit here and gossip about each other, but the fact of the matter is, when we do that, we're causing more separation, and we're actually creating a demon when we do that. When we sit there and judge another person by their actions, and we go and talk to another and say these things behind another's back, those are causing entities that feed off of our energy. And those of us who are awakened, you cannot even be a part of that stuff, because you feel it, you understand that. I mean, even some of the stuff in our spiritual community, where we're sitting here and talking about the leaders and the things, and accusing people of what they're doing behind closed doors. It's we can sit here and gossip about our leaders, or we could pray for them. And I think about the Ho'oponopono prayer. this is what we need to project onto everyone. If you're a light warrior, if you're a starseed, if you're here to bring Christ consciousness on this planet, that is what you need to be emanating. That is what you need to be saying every single day, so you can get in that heart space and realize that you cannot throw stones just because. And I am guilty. I am so guilty of this, because until I allowed myself to heal until I reached out and got the help that I needed, it was a constant recycling into those traumatic experiences. Because what happens as light workers, we come in to this planet and we are like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm here with light. And guess what? This planet hates our light because they're so far away from it. And a lot of us, well, most of us, if not all of us, incarnated into family lines with some of the darkest karma, some of the darkest traumatic cycles that you can even imagine. And I will be sharing my story eventually. But as we are waking up as light workers, light seeds, recognizing, knowing that there needs to be a change, we don't need to take that as like, oh, us against them. No, that's not it. We're here to be. When they start throwing stones at us, that's when we say the Ho'oponopono prayer and say, I love you, I forgive you, I understand why you're throwing stones at me, because the stone is representative of the fact that you feel like you can't have the light that I have. But you can, because you are light, you are love. And as we continue to wake up and bind together, I encourage you, we need to reach out to each other, because wherever two or more are gathered, we're co-creating with Source. We are co-creating with our Heavenly Father, and our Heavenly Mother. Because we're in this earth plane, our mother, Gaia, is here. And then we have our Father in heaven, and then we have us, the child. We are the co-creators with Mother and Father, which is the Spirit, our Father, and the Mother are the earth. And we are the rainbow bridge. Literally, that's what we are. We're all like a rainbow, like we're crystalline. We're crystalline substances that get the messages, and then we act on those messages from an inspired place, not because we have to, but because that is what is burning. I feel like the burning in my heart, it coming up, and it's like, oh, I just need to speak these words, because that's why we're here. We're not here to have those lower emotions. Yeah, like, your emotions are valid, because what has happened to you is not okay. But in order to heal it, we have to press past those emotions and transmute it through our rainbow bridge and bring it back down into the earth so Mother Gaia can harmonize it. So if you're ready for that, please reach out and get someone to talk to, and you can talk to me, and because we're all on this like planet like together, and we don't need these systems. And you guys know that, you really do, because the systems on our planet are failing. There's a lot of denial of the fact that they are, but the justice system isn't just. It actually makes things worse. The same with every single system, and whatever system that you feel called to dismantle and shed light on. I mean, that is your divine purpose. Nothing else, really, because I was telling my friend yesterday, like, the only reason I'm here is to speak these words. It's the only reason I'm here, and she performed a healing on me, and I'll actually put it in the description below. You can't hear my voice, but the healing is mine. And what happened was I had a lot of trauma that I still hadn't dealt with, and I was holding on to a lot of anger, bitterness, and resentment. Oh, excuse me. Because of what had been done to me. But during the healing, I was able to ascend past that and see it from my abuser's point of view and see what had happened to him as well. And that is when I allowed my heart to crack open, and I allowed the light to just come pouring in. And let me tell you, as much as scary as it was, it broke me apart. It broke me, well, it didn't break me apart. It broke the mask. It broke the role apart. And now it's like, I feel so fresh and new, and I feel really sensitive and tired as well. But I really encourage you, light worker, heal these things so you can really emanate and transmit these lower densities that are going to be thrown at you. I mean, you get to choose. Like, there's no judgment. You can't, like, your feelings are valid. You can be angry, you can be resentful, you can be bitter. But is that really where you want to stay? Really? Is that really where you want to stay? Because I can't stay there, and it wasn't making me feel good, and it was making it worse. Honestly. Because that's the separation. When we realize that even those of us who have done the most heinous of crimes, when we realize that that person is us, we cannot throw a stone at them, because then we're throwing a stone at us. If you throw a stone at me, you're throwing a stone at you. Because there truly is no separation between us. It looks like down here in this physicalness, it looks like we aren't. It looks like we're separate. But we're not. So anything that we do to another, we do to ourselves. And anytime we judge another, we're judging ourselves. And again, that doesn't mean that the things that people have done are right. I mean, there's no right. I've done things myself where it's like that. I had no right to do that. I had no right to do that just because what happened to me. No. We know. But we shut it off. We numb out. We become narcissistic. Well, that cannot stay anymore. And Gaia is purging it. She is back. Like, Mama is back. And the emotion, everything, it has to purge out. It has to come out in order to heal. So yes, please reach out, like, subscribe. We're all in this together. This isn't about our egos, like, or our spiritual, or like whose spiritual gifts are better. Like, I get so sick of that. It's not a competition, because we are all one. We're all here for a divine purpose, and each of us has a divine purpose. And if we're fulfilling that, each of us is fulfilling that divine purpose, there is no need for competition. There is no need for hierarchy. We understand that what is best for me is best for you. You know, even though we have different things, but as long as I'm taking care of myself, and you're taking care of yourself, and you're putting yourself first, I'm putting myself first, we are on the same path. So as you go forward, I'm going to give you a blessing. This is from tread lightly upon this planet, knowing that your home loves you. Tread lightly and know that you are taken care of, that everything you need is given when asked. Trust that the Heavenly Father will take care of you just as He takes care of the birds and the trees and the flowers and all the animals. How much greater a love is it that He has for His conscious beings? I love you. I hold you. You are my children. You are my children of the light. Do not fear those around you. Do not push away. Do not resist. I open my arms wide to you. Please open your arms wide to me. I will embrace you. I will embrace you. And as I embrace you, my heart will encompass you. My heart will come into sync with your heart. And you will align in body, mind, and soul. Because this is who you are. This is who you've come to be, my little rainbow children. I have always been with you. Even through those traumatic times, I was there. And we have the power together to heal these things. Heal them. For all my children. Thank you. Thank you, Lightworker. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for being that rainbow bridge. Thank you. Thank you for taking on this role of a light warrior in the darkest time, in the darkest times on this planet. Now is the time for you to fully come into your light, for it is safe. You are safe. You are safe, dear child. Perfect love casts out fear.